for another day of walking. Oh, my page? Oh, I must have updated OBS. It already mixes vertical now. Oh, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Can I make it horizontal? Oh, I can't make. Whew, I can't make it horizontal. Ah, thank goodness. Interesting. I'll have to poke around and see what else they've changed. Um. Oh no. Oh no. I forgot to update all the titles. Oh, I've made a horrible mistake. Stream. Oh, let's have a peek behind the curtain. Mostly because I need two screens for this. TTRPG map design. We're in a bit of a... Let's, save that. And then we'll do the same thing. Ah! Yeah. C. B. Save. Saving. Saving. Done. Now I can go back into my thing, create a dashboard. What you yapping about? um, oh, mostly that I just, I forgot to set up all the titles on YouTube and Twitch, so I'm just quickly updating those. And also that OBS is updated. Well, yeah, I just updated my OBS. Well, I updated a whole lot of things, but OBS is one of them. They've moved stuff around, so I'm interested in having a poke around in there sometime and see what else they've changed. But yeah, we're currently listening to the, Bloodborne shell mix. Ugh. Oh, I've forgotten I did that. Oh boy. What was I thinking? What a mess. I don't think we need quite that many skins. Or maybe we just need more skeletons. Ooh, I feel like a... Oh, we should do like a skeleton upside down. So the idea is these guys were impaled, and that's the word I was looking for. Last stream, I was, like, racking my brain trying to remember the word. But impale. These people were impaled when they were still people on these spikes. And they just kind of, like, slid down. And then they, you know, rotted away. Or maybe they skinned them first and then put them on there. Anyway, yeah, I was thinking maybe I could put a skeleton in upside down. Because we got lots of skins, but not enough skeletons. Or maybe another one of these, like... I don't know. Oh, we gotta add on my camera. So, just gotta wait for that to show up. But yeah, Chaos, how was your streaming experience? $150. Ooh. Camera almost fell. Oh, come on. Camera's not staying up. Come on, you used to be cool. There we go. Yeah, 155. I enjoyed it, though it was pretty low energy today for some reason. Yeah, it happens. There we go. Now if I go like this, put our webcam running, We go like this, and like this. Face tracker running again. Huh. Interesting. Hey, running it. Wiki. Hello. Hey, listen. Cass says I slept well, and even took a nap before the stream, but I was still tired. That's okay, it happens. Okay, I got my tea over yonder. Bit hot. Yeah, I did a update of my system. Now it seems like oh, thank goodness. That was probably my system updated, broken something. Hey, good. Hello. Awesome. I had someone to talk to in the first hour at least. Someone joined the stream, and I just talked with them before you joined. Oh, did I scare them off? Were they a rabbit? I like rabbits. Lightning bolt. Scuzzy, welcome! We're back to, TTRPGing. I did promise that I would have a, have the one-page rule set. I've got something. It needs refining. It needs a lot of refining. But I'll get that. That'll be ready 100% for, next stream. Yay, tower! Yes, the tower. It's a lighthouse, in fact. Ah! Oh man, I really need to get a better setup for this. Every time my, phone almost falls down, I have a little heart attack. Ah, they are also on Fox V2. You have good taste in company. A lighthouse? Oh, it's because he says a lighthouse is a tower, silly. I guess. But it's a... You know, okay. So, actually, you weren't here for all the lore streams we did. So, the idea is, in this world, this is a world with, like, goblins and trolls and zombies and all sorts of stuff. So, whenever... Yeah, let's swap from... There we go, space. So, whenever someone moves into a region, they have to... I don't like this. Layer... You know what, I'm just gonna add a sketch layer. So whenever someone moves into a region, they have to fortify, because otherwise there's lots of scary things that'll happen. So every town, every village, every windmill, every mine, lumber camp, whatever, is, by necessity, a fortress. Because there are zombies, there's manticores, there's goblins all over the place. So literally everything is fortified. And hence this lighthouse. Because a lighthouse is in such a remote location, because it has to be, because, you know, shining light down. It's in a remote location, it's very difficult to hide. It has to be a fortress. Now I've got to draw the lantern on top of this at some point. Yeah, because it's a... Ooh, I just had a thought. We have the lantern here, and then we have it, like, shining out this way. Like that. And have it kind of, like, illuminating this cliff a bit. And then this water a bit. That could be a feature. Or maybe do we want it shining down here? That might be better. Actually, yeah, I think that'd be better. But yeah. It's, Where a lighthouse, in our world, is very much a tower. Well, it happens to be a tower, but its function is a lighthouse. In this world, the distinction is a lot more fuzzy. So normally I'd say a lighthouse is a lighthouse, because it functions as a lighthouse. But in this case, you're actually kind of right, Scuzzy. Because this is a tower, first. It's a fortified structure. And its function as a lighthouse is secondary to that. Oh, why is my phone all floppy today? Sit. Stay. Good boy. Why it's so bent on misbehaving? Chaos says, I just checked the streamer's Twitch page, Zerona. They got such a cute avatar. Oh, wonderful. Oh! Baby Foxfire, shouting out electroshock. Oh, I was thinking about what to add for your, little shout-out thing, Chaos. I don't know. I did type a little something out, but I'm not really happy with it. And I don't want to put something in, because I know once I put something in, I'm never going to want to update it. So when I do put something in, I want it to be actually decent. Because, like, that grey one... I've been meaning to update that for centuries, but because it's there, I just don't think to... Yeah, so I'm not going to do yours until I've got something good. But yeah, Electroshock's currently streaming, and we might be doing a collab later tonight. Chaos says, next stream will be on Wednesday. Ooh, awesome! Anywho. So, I need to make a lantern of some kind. So it needs to be some sort of cage, and it needs to have a hole in it. So there's something in there, there's the hole, and then it's shining a light out of the hole down to here. And the reason the players are investigating the lighthouse is because it stopped doing lighthouse things. It's just shining on one spot. Like, it's still shining, but it's not doing its job of, you know, moving around. Because that's what it needs to do. It needs to either illuminate the coastline, or act as a marker. But if it's just shooting straight down onto the water, it's not really doing its job. So the players are off to investigate what happened, and... well, what happened is goblins. We know it's goblins. And I think the players have guessed it's probably goblins because the goblins attacked the town. So it's probably goblins. Goblins. Gobbos. Yes. We hate gobbos. Alright, so... how do we do this lantern? It needs to... what if it was like a vertical cage? Doing it slanted this whole time. What if it's vertical like so? Has a flat cap. Actually, maybe give it like a pointed cap. Oh, pointed cap would make a lot more sense. Like a lot of rain and stuff happening. Needs a cap, I think. Anyway, how you doing, Scuzzy? How's the hangover? How would this mechanic work? Because it says I'm good, not hungover, and actually planning to get some projects when I get home. Ah, is this the jacket? I'm very excited for this jacket idea of yours. That tastes a bit hot, and add some to it. Yeah, you were talking about the squall jacket. The leather jacket with a fur collar. Ah, wonderful. I was was dating a girl for a while who was very into that stuff. She had this neat little tool. I forget what it was called, but it looked kind of like a rivet, like a hand rivet gun, and it was used to put studs in things. And she could put like little, like, you know, very punk metal studs. Do you have one of those, perchance? I have no idea how this would work. Because it says, I don't have that, I use pliers. Ah, okay. I see, I see. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good idea for a lantern. Got this sort of pivot thing here that it spins on, and it kind of arcs down like that, and then it just kind of blares light out, like so. It looks kind of like an eye. Ooh, it looks like an eye! It's gonna be blue, though, because reasons that I don't want to spoil just yet, but it needs to be like a very eldritch, spacey blue. Wow, 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 wow. Because he says, and I also buy the screw-in ones, and to make the holes I just use a razor or scissors. Oh, okay. And now, if I add in... I'm gonna use a vector layer for this. That way I can get nice sharp line. Go here, 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 and then back up there. That off. Going to set this to be a fill. How are my levels, by the way? Am I sounding okay? I'm like paranoid about that. Yeah, the eternal paranoia that is, how are my levels doing? Color pick us. This blue. Okay. No. Around. Get that. Same thing. There we go. Okay, set the opacity down. Sketch layer. Actually, no, let's see. Sound is okay, thank you. It's because it says I'm kind of self-taught. I learned everything myself. Even how to use a sewing machine. Methine. No one was around to tell me how to do it. Oh, that's awesome. You don't need anyone to tell you how to do it. You're a smart scuzz. Genius, in fact. I like this, but I'm thinking. It might give a better aesthetic. I'm gonna cut this layer. It might give a better aesthetic if put it behind the tower. Place it here. And instead have it shining out... Oops. Instead have it shining out into the distance. Beaming out to here. Getting narrow. And it's just kind of like a very... Makes it feel a lot more lonely if it's just kind of like beaming out onto the horizon. Uselessly. Because he says, not smart, Scuzz. A wing it kind of Scuzz. I mean, isn't that the same thing? I mean, that's how I do. Works for me. I think that's pretty smart. I think you gotta be pretty smart to wing it. Not everyone can have that, has that level of, you know, ability. Chili Chompers, welcome! Muted, I have so many ideas for how to develop that spotlight beam further, but I don't want to do all the work of creating the other stuff. Well, I'm always open to suggestions. If you don't mind sharing your secrets. What if we had the beam going onto this cliff here? To somehow we need to separate these two cliffs. Sorry, the cliffs from the lighthouse. But had it shining onto this cliff, that would also make sense thematically. Chaos says he just said he's muted. Oh, and he probably can't hear you. Oh, I see. There we go. Because it says, well, my first bikes were shitty. They wore trash, but it was fun making them over time. It got better through trial and error. That's good. You're learning the hard way. Put myself back to lurk, cause otherwise my Scrungle's gonna bail on us. Just a few days. Ooh, I can see lilies down there. I mean, they're away, but they're down there. Just a few more days until our next Scrungle episode. Very excited. I'm actually going to separate the cliff out from the tower, so we can get the tower up here. So that could be another way to position it. Because it says... I never said the hard way. I say the fun way. Heck yeah. Fox approved. Okay, one more potential position. Could have it beaming... Whoopsie. Could have it beaming all the way out here. Oh. Could have it beaming into the bay. Oh! I think that's how I'm gonna play it. I duplicate this. Chili Jumper says... Oh, they're still muted, but I'm gonna read it anyway. Chili Jumper says... Oh, okay, I didn't realize you were going to animate it. Oh. Yeah, I'm not animating it, goodness though. So it'd be way more work, but I'm thinking Blender would be... really good at this. I wouldn't know all the modifiers yet. Oh. Um, that is a really good idea. I often do mock up my scenes in Blender. Not this time, though. I'm trying, trying for better, although, wait. Oh, Chili Chomper says, so you can complete the circle cast on the surface by having a wet surface lighten up. The shine of them wouldn't be very visible in the dark, so it would help establish depth. That is interesting. Yeah, this, having a beam of light coming down the mill be a pretty cool effect, I think. Just to cut the whole image in two. You know, like, it's a light beam, literally splitting the page. Oh, I didn't turn on the subtitles. Thank you, Chaos. I did at least turn on Firebot. Yes, I did. Excellent. That's a good point. Thank you. I don't know why I didn't think of that. There we go. Yeah, thanks, Chaos. That would be very helpful for Chili Jumpers, I think. Chili Jumper says, also, the rain would lighten up too. I think maybe having an array of stationary rain streaks pointing in the same direction in Blender, the light can pass over. Path shine might work. If the light is constantly moving, I don't think the rain would need to simulate moving. Chaos says BRB, I'll go eat. It's because it says BRB, I gotta go for a minute. Convenient as soon as Chaos leaves, because he's gotta leave too. What's going on there? Oh. I'm not animating it, though. Sweat emoji. It's a DM screen. Alright, alternatively, we could have it pointing in towards the land. Shining into this bay here. Might also be cool. Have it beaming down into here. Chili Chomp says, oh, okay, are you just seeing where it looks best then? Ah, yes. I quite like this. This feels right. Because then we still have the very stark, and open ocean to the left. I feel like having the light beam over there kind of ruins the vastness of the ocean and the horizon. Having it in the middle splits the splits the image in a way that, I don't know, just didn't really feel like it works. Having it beaming down into this little, I don't know what you call that, bight? Inlet? Is that a lagoon? I don't know. Beaming into here serves the narrative purpose of it not really functioning as the lighthouse, which is why the players are investigating. Like, what happened? Why isn't the lighthouse lighthousing? So if the beam's just shooting straight into the lagoon, because that's just where it landed when the goblins attacked, that'd make sense. And it keeps all the busyness on this side. The DM fold is about here. So it's still on, like, the main section. Hang on, wait, I've got a A4 scale? Yeah. So this is where the folds on the screen are. So this section here and this section here are tilted, like, away from the players. So it's still in that region. Ooh, it's following the angle of the rain, too, which is another nice effect. Okay, cool. I like this. I think I'm happy with this. What about other light sections? Chili Chomp says, I thought you might have a good reason for that. I thought maybe I misheard you some other day calling it a lighthouse. Very good. I'm onto your schemes. Oh yes, it is a lighthouse. But it's also a fortress, because this is a very, very dangerous world. So most any structure is going to be fortified. You know, because there's goblins running about, raiders, brigands, manticores, all sorts of dangerous shenanigans that people are going to want to, you know, avoid as much as they can. And so a lighthouse, having this big honking light on top, so it's not very discreet, and also being in a remote location, because it's a lighthouse, got to cover the coast, has to also be fortified. Not that it really helped in this case, but these are dangerous times. Yeah? Slightly tilted. But yeah, as I was saying to Scuzzy earlier, it is both a fortress and a lighthouse. You can't have one without the other in this world. I'm just thinking of potential side stories about why the light's beaming right here. Like, were the lighthouse keepers looking at something? Were they looking for something when the goblins attacked? Maybe they were using it to try and blind the goblins as they approached? Anyway, I really like this position. This is good. Now, need to add a filter layer to this. Not a filter layer, a filter mask. Actually, oh wait. Already read that. My chat bumps around a bit sometimes, makes me think there's a new message coming in when in fact there isn't. Alright, let's add a filter mask. And we want this to be a blur. Gaussian blur. Have it way, way up. Not that far up. That'll do for now. And we're gonna add another vector layer. underneath that. There we go. On a circle. Picture it across a little. Good enough. Oh, let's picture it across a little more. Get it a bit. There we go. Give it a fill. Oops. Did we move it? Did move it. There we go. Now fill it. Fill it with lights. Yes. And now set the opacity down. Set it to lighten. No. Screen. Maybe soft light? Ah, soft light's the one we want. And we'll set you to soft light as well. Very nice. Very moody. Oh boy, that's very atmospheric. And it gives the exact... It's supposed to be like a very eldritch glow. I think we'll lower the blur on it. I want it to feel almost radioactive. Like it's, this isn't just like a... Oh, Joe Jumper says, thanks for letting me voice my ideas, even if you were already thinking of them. I was trying to be a good student and ask, what would I do from here? Very good student. And, anytime. I always appreciate your input, Jelly. Okay, let's actually take this spot and just move it straight into our vector layer. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. You need to be on your own layer. EQ separately. Chili Jump says, ooh, the blur looks great. It does! I'm trying to be subtle about it. Like, I wanna blur it just enough, but no more. Because, again, I want it to feel kind of like Chernikov radiation. I don't know if that's, the subtitles is gonna pick that up, but, Chernikov? Radiation. Just in case the, I'm definitely not spelling that right. I want it to feel like a... Sorry, I've got a bot I gotta beat. Finally got one. Yeah, I want it, because it's not a flame lighthouse. This isn't like an oil lamp or something. There's something else powering this. Something perhaps otherworldly. When you said radioactive, that's what I thought too. That's the vibe I want to give off, and I quite like this effect. This soft light, it's kind of like the green is passing through strongly. I should also go in and a layer. Make it vivid blue. And let's add a couple more streaks in here. So these are the rain streaks that are kind of in passing in front of the light. And they would mostly, well, they'd be pretty small. And they'd all be here. Getting smaller as we come back this way. Larger as we come this way. So they're kind of getting illuminated by the Lighthouse. I think you did mention something about this, Shelly. And then we'll add a motion blur to this. Filter layer, motion blur. I think we set these to 45 degrees. And ramp up the length. Stretch these colors out. Oh dear. That's wrong. No, no, no. We want this to be a... did I add a filter layer? I wanted a filter mask. My bad. Filter mask. Because we don't want to blur the whole image. We just want raindrops. Up. Up further. Yummy shout-out! And yeah, so that's the spotlight looking pretty good. And okay. Call this light beam. Scuzzy, welcome back! We were just talking about Chernikov radiation and how the lighthouse is radioactive. Highlighted rain? Billy Chomp says, oh, of course, some drops would catch light outside the cone too. Oh, from reflective lighting, unless it was really friggin' dark. Oh, good point. Good point. Alright, let's couple outside. Ooh. That was a very good point, Chili. Yes, welcome back. Scuzzy says, I have 6 streamers I like to watch, streaming at the same time. I've got 2 streams on my PC, 1 on my TV, 1 on my phone. Oh my goodness. ADHD is a superpower. Well, I hope you enjoy. Man, no way I could manage that. That'd break my brain. I was watching 2 streams earlier today, Chaos's and Freddy's, and I could only handle 1 at a time. And I'm missing 1 stream. My goodness. Chili Chomper says, I'm harkening back to my childhood home, where we had yellowed floodlights for the large backyard to watch the dogs, since it was a deep couple of acres. You could stand right under them, on the porch, and watch the bugs and rain fall in front of the beam. Oh, nice. Scuzzy says, I'm also designing my sketches. Ooh. Chaos says, I mean, I was not talking much, so it's not like you were missing anything. Yeah, you were still able to catch the bot before I could. So I think it is just me. Let's see. Okay. So we need the lamp to be behind all the shenanigans on top, but obviously in front of the clouds. Scuzzy says, since I'm also working on a hoodie for a friend, since she asked me to make her one. Oh, cute! Okay, let's add another layer. I'm gonna call this one the lantern. Chili Chomp says, a mundane memory. But I like that I don't need a reference for this. It's excited to be arting again. Oh wait, are you arting as well? Okay, let's hide this for a minute. There we go, sketch. Opacity way down. And now we gotta find our layer again. Where'd it go? There you are. And I think this thing would probably be made out of wood. Now, interesting thing about goblins. They do not like light. They don't like iron. They really don't like gold or silver. And they dislike light. So I do want to make this. Chili Chomp says arting. Yeah. Working through a Blender project, developing ideas on what to do after. There's so much. Blender is an excellent tool for mocking things up. I very often, especially if I'm doing a map, maps especially, I think I modeled out, or briefly modeled out this tower with its 4 levels. Well, 5 levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just to make sure, you know, it all worked and get all the sizing right, and yeah. I certainly did it for the town, which, by the by, I'm thinking of redesigning again. I have a problem. Because he says, of course, the hoodie is for my friend. The hoodie for my friend is a lot more simple. Ah, okay. So what's the hoodie design? Chomp says, I love the look of those floor plans. Oh yes, I'm very happy with how they're turning out. Do I have enough RAM? Let me close a couple of applications real quick. Does that open space up at all? Nope, let's try closing Steam. Still a bit short. Some tabs. Is that giving us? Oh, there we go. That's giving us space. Excellent. File, open recent. Chaos says, oh yeah, I never checked during my stream. How was the RAM? RAM? What do you mean the RAM? The RAM? Oh, you mean like the stream quality? Like, are you asking if it lagged at all? Assets. Maps. Lighthouse. 2. How much RAM I was using up and stuff. I don't know, I couldn't see. Because it says the hoodie design is just 2 different colored hoodies. One purple, one black. I cut them up and sewed them together. But in like a wavy pattern. Not just 2 color just a 2 colored hoodie. That does sound nice. Yeah, this is the lighthouse floor plan so far. I was just experimenting with the gold coins. It's not canon. Although they do look pretty cool. I'm happy with how the gold piles turned out. Anxious Optimism says, greetings! How are things going? Things are going well. We're working on the DM screen again. I did promise that we would be working on the rule set comic, but I didn't get the rules done in time. So yeah, we're working on the DM screen instead. How you doing, Anxious? But yeah, Chili Chompers, this is the floor plan so far. Very happy with how these bricks turned out. This was a whole lot of work. This was multiple episodes to get all these bricks in. And I'm also very happy with how these grass tufts have turned out. I'm going to be adding grass tufts in all these sections and all in here. So the idea is that this is kind of like a forest down the bottom. Little path that comes up here that the players can either track into and then break into the lower undercroft, or they can Make the way around, up the stairs, and into the second level. And then, second level appears here. There's a staircase. Wait, yeah. Wait, here. Here's the entrance to the second level. They come in here, run around, go up the stairs. Although now that I think about it, this should probably be over here. But, oh well, we're here now. Yeah, they go up the stairs and then pop out here, come up across the room, another set of stairs on the other side, and they just make their way up. It's very, very linear. I usually don't make linear maps. This one's gonna be very linear. Chili Chomp says, "Oh my god, all those endless rectangles you were drawing last week. Fantastic look." Yeah. I'm glad you like it. It's a lot of work. I'm very much looking forward to getting these printed out to see how they look on paper. But yeah, the details. The bloody smears is a great touch. Oh yeah, that's I'm very happy with how the I think it needs a bit of work. It needs a lot of work, but I do like how this turned out with the blood kind of like trickling into the floor drains. I also really like how the floor drains themselves turned out. They're very wonky. They look like they were cast very roughly, and they just a bit rusted, and maybe a bit moldy. Looks very gross. Love it. But yeah, so many layers. Wait, where are all the layers? Oh, it's not that many. Hey, wait. Layers. Oh, there they go. Flooring. Oh, it's only 3 layers? Wow. And I just duplicated it around. Sancho, welcome! Chili Chomper says, I feel like I'm not that clever yet. The whole cloth development idea outside... Wait, the whole... Oh, the whole cloth development idea is outside the big picture. I don't understand. But yes, welcome Sancho! Hello! Chili Chomper says, I'm hoping it's a matter of developing those mental muscles as I analyze things like the spotlight. Not really sure what you mean. I'd like to know what you mean. Cloth development ideas. You mean just coming up with, like, picturing things in your head? And developing things? I'm gonna have to close the map. Because my poor computer cannot handle it. Okay, so, now that we've got the spotlight... Oh wait, hang on, we're working on this. We're not ready to move on just yet. So, got that. Add in the spotlight itself. It's gonna be a big metal aperture, I guess we'd call it. Big metal aperture of some kind. It's got some kind of... How might this work? I feel like if we had like a curving bracket like this, and it comes around, up, and there. Actually, wait, this one will be much steeper, like that. And then this one would be much more aggressive, so something like this. Sancho says, a map full of deadly neurotoxin as demanded by GLaDOS. I was actually thinking about GLaDOS just the other day. Oh, wait, early today, actually. She's there trying to be all intimidating and scary. But I remembered when I played it, she was just like, oh, I bet you hate it here. But I'm not a monster, blah, blah, blah. He's like, what are you kidding? I love it here, GLaDOS. I want to stay here forever. All these puzzles? This is great. What do you mean this is torture? I'm having a blast. I don't want to escape. I'm just doing puzzles for the fun of it. And then as soon as it was like that thing opens up and it's like, hey.
Good hunter.
Oh, hello.
May you find your worth in the waking world.
I was not expecting that. As the soundtrack ended, I got a little thing from the plain doll. That was cute. I think we'll switch over to the Diablo OST now. It's Diablo and Rain mix. Anxious says, I'm sorry, I got distracted for a bit. Oh, that's okay, buddy. I don't remember what we were saying either. Chili Chomper says, I can come up with an idea overall, but every time I see an artist add details, they just add so much. The blood spheres, the drains, even the fact that the blood would flow in between the stones in the drain. I keep saying, I would never have thought of that. And now that I want to come up with projects and do my own, those thoughts don't feel great. Well, I mean, if it's a comforting thought, well, I mean, here's a comforting thought. I don't think of those things either. I'll just be sketching. I'll be doing. I never think of any of those things ahead of plan. None of them. It's always just, you know, I'll be sketching away, and then I'll be sketching away, and then I'll stop and be like, oh, of course the blood would smear into there. And of course we need, rain in this scene. And of course the, I don't know what else. Of course this needs mist over here, and you saw me playing around with the light. I was just like, oh, I just realized, you know, it'd be cool to have light, or, you know, this... We're trying to be moody and stormy. Of course we need a little lightning bolt. Like, none of this is thought up ahead of time. It's all just kind of... Yeah, just as you're doing it, things occur. Like, don't feel bad that you don't have, like, the fully formed picture in your head when you get started. A lot of these finer details, they just come out when you're sketching. Like, they just happen. For me, at least. It's a very organic experience. I plan very little. I'm just... See, when I sat down, I was just thinking, okay, lighthouse, DM screen, cliff, just get sketching. And, you know, eventually it just comes together. Jelly Chomper says, but I think maybe when I get into a model and do it piece by piece myself, those details will just come to me. I'm kind of doing that right now with the model. I'm adding a lot more detail that the tutorial is showing, and it... Oh, then the tutorial, and it's showing me down. Oh, and it's slowing me down, but I love that I bothered to do... It makes it look more realistic, and it makes it, It improves the narrative. Like it's those small details, like the sock on the floor, like scrunkled up tissues in the bin, is that they all tell a little story. And I find, like, as I'm drawing, I like to tell little stories. Anxious Optimism says, I think it takes practice, and sometimes you can bounce ideas off of other creators. Oh, yes, absolutely, if you're not sure. Although it's only unsolicited suggestions. I would like to solicit a suggestion. Anxious says, things really do happen when you're sketching. Yeah, they do. Scuzzy says, you can also add, like, thunder lights, in the clouds itself, like a real storm. Ah, yes. Yeah, I just sketched in that one lightning bolt just to see what had happened. I will definitely be adding a lot more lightning in the horizon, and maybe like a couple of flashes in the sky. That's a great idea, Scuzzy, for sure. But one thing at a time. We gotta do our lantern first. Chili Chomper says, yeah, I have people add a thought, a little seed that you can run away with and build upon. I like that. Did I read that correctly? Socks and tissues in the bin tell a story? That was your example? Look, we're all human. And I know, look, maybe they have a cold. That's the story I was trying to tell. They're sick. poor little guy was having an off day. I don't know what you were reading into it. I think maybe this is kind of like a barrel. I'd like a thing around the top here. Jeez, I was just telling an innocent story about someone who had to take a sick day from work because they got a cold. Why'd you have to make it all weird? Chili Chomper says, but the only things in the room are socks and tissues. Maybe they collect socks. No, actually, hang on. When you're sick, you wear socks. That's the only time I wear socks to bed, when I'm sick. Don't judge me. Okay, now that I think about it, this actually has to arc this way, because it's on that side of the... Yeah. We had that entirely wrong. This is the brace for here. And then this is the brace for this side. Okay, I think this needs to be straighter. I don't know. I don't think we need this braces at all. Let's forget the whole braces idea. Anxious says, an example of, like, environmental storytelling would be a mobile aid, like a walker or a wheelchair, could tell a story of a character that is unable to walk, or has trouble walking / getting around. Yeah, I guess that works too. Scuzzy says, who wears socks when they sleep? Nobody! But I like to wear socks when I sleep when I'm sick. Because my feet get really cold. I usually don't like wearing anything when I sleep. Chili Chomper says, must be the toilet water going the other way around kind of thing down there. Yeah, it gets to our heads. Humans weren't supposed to live in the southern hemisphere. Messes with our brains. Chili Chomper said, I had to once because of an injury. I hated it. That's fair. Scuzzy says, I can't even sleep with socks when I'm sick. Anxious says, sometimes I wear one sock when I sleep. Why one? Why just the one sock? And it's on your left foot or your right foot? What do you do with the other sock? Scuzzy says, are you just rage baiting me? This is actually getting me pissed. It's working. I mean, no. Why would we do such a thing? How dare you? We're just innocent little beans. Why would we want to rage bait you? I just realized this skeleton's in the way. You know what? I think we'll... Oh, we can't flip him though. We'll have to shuffle him over. Actually, no, he's not in the way. Oh, actually. Oh yeah, it's kind of like going beneath him. So he's kind of like wrapping around the light beam, in a way. Frames it nicely. Anxious says, no, I'm serious. Don't worry, I don't do it often though. Sometimes I'll just take one sock off and I don't know why. Scuzzy says, I'm getting so upset. Suck. Okay, sleep with them. Buy one, but why one? Saishik says, crazy work. I know, right? The insanity of wearing one sock. Chili Chomper says, my partner regulates their body temperature by having one foot outside the sheets, because they run very hot. It does work. It does work, though I don't like it. Do you mean something like that, Anxious? I also do that. Throw one foot out of the bed. Yeah, out of the bed to cool myself down. A fellow high metabolism haver. So I'm thinking this would be like a how do I explain this? Hmm. Word fox. Words. It's kind of like a flexible aperture, kind of like a hose. Like have you ever seen those hoses with like the metal rings around them? It's kind of like that. So it can like twist and turn and redirect the light beam in whatever direction they want. Chili Chomp says, nope, now I'm bothered. Anxious says, wait, is that why I do it? I haven't done it in a while, so maybe it was just a younger me thing. Aw. Because he says, sometimes I sleep on the floor, but even that's more acceptable than seeking just one fucking sock. Anxious says, depends. What kind of floor? Because it says, floor is floor. My house is clean. I don't think, I mean, I've slept outside. I've slept in a car. Multiple times. But I don't think I've ever slept in a house on the floor. Have I? Oh, actually, yeah, for the longest. Oh, actually, when I was in Japan, I slept on the floor quite a bit. A lot of the hostels and hotels would have those floor mat things. Okay, so we'll put a little thing coming out of here. Kind of holding that, and then another thing here. Holding that. I've got no idea how this aperture will work. But I think this will do for now. So where's our sketch layer? Yeah, that'll do. So I want this to be kind of like a keg. You know, like a wine barrel kind of thing. It's got these metal braces up the top to keep it all together, and then the rest of the structure's wood. Anxious says, but like a really hard floor is super uncomfy. Chili Chompers says, whoa, getting all defensive all of a sudden, Scuzzy. Scuzzy says, I will chew through your cables, don't fucking tempt me. Anxious says, I had to sleep on a really thin yoga mat on a hardwood floor and it was genuinely terrible. Yeah, that does sound horrible. Chili Chomper says, I'm reluctantly with you now, Anxious. Scuzzy says, but yeah, I just toss a pillow on my floor and go to sleep, especially during summer. The floor is nice and cool. Oh, actually, yeah, I've had to do that a couple of times in summer here in Australia. Sleeping on the floor. Well, I mean, I'd throw a mattress down, but yeah, sleeping on the floor during summer in a cool part of the house is definitely a survival necessity. Dun. Okay, and then have kind of like a big metal ring here. So this whole thing, this whole aperture attached to. And yes, I am saying aperture just because I like the word. I have fond memories of aperture science. My time at the lab. Okay, that'll do. Put ourselves some wood planks along here, and we'll have them get closer together as we get close to the edge, because foreshortening is a thing. Don't let the flat earthers convince you otherwise. Anxious says, what? Scared? Anxious says, I'm just saying, it should depend on the floor. Less hard floors are nicer. This is kinda true. Jelly Chomper says, that does sound nice, but it sounds like you got the body of a 15-year-old, completely unbothered by anything. Actually, that does sound about right. Sleepy says, oh wait, hang on. What do Sleepy says? I shout out. Chili Chomper says, let's just say, I don't necessarily believe that you don't do the sock thing anymore. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad we can all finally get along. Socks wearers and non-socks wearers uniting at last. Against the floor sleepers. Guzzy says, my body's been through worse. I've been camping, I've been surviving in the woods, I did parkour and skating. Oh man, skating's brutal. I've done a bit of parkour too. That was really good fun. I love my parkour time, but yeah, skating, you give some messed up injuries. I should seen some even worse injuries from my time surfing. Yeesh. Sleeping on the floor from time to time is nothing. I do have back pains, but that's from falling on my ass during parkour when I was a teen. Yow. Let's see. Need to... and everywhere. And again, as we're getting close to the edge, these lines need to get closer together. I'm on the edge, the edge. Anxious says, parkour is so cool. Scuzzy says, and painful. Chili Chump says, captions, socks, whereas, the nonsense, whereas, uniting at a loss. Scuzzy says, and probably the construction job has a part to play for my back problems. Oh yeah, construction is hard work. Anxious says, I gotta go eat stuff. Bye! Enjoy your foods, Anxious! See you soon. Scuzzy says, have a nice and cheesy lunch, dinner, whatever you're having. Sajik says, see you, Anxious, eat well. I said, hi Sajik, how you doing, buddy? I think this is the first time you've piped up this stream. Actually, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. How you been? Watching Electroshock play Diablo 2, I think it was last night? And I looked it up on Steam. It's like $60. Diablo 2. The game's like almost older than I am. Actually, I think it might actually be older than I am. Hang on, let me look at this up in a second. But it's still charging like it's the quote-unquote reforged edition. But please, I'm not gonna pay $60 just for hidden nostalgia. Plus, the pirate base thing. Come on, what are you doing? She says, I'm doing very well, thank you. Oh, wonderful. Chili Chump says, honestly, out of context, your whereas is indistinguishable from whereas. And it therefore was the most accurate it's ever been by word count. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying this. I gotta think up ways to, actually, now I gotta think up ways to mess with the subtitles. Like, say something really innocuous, and get the subtitles to, like, print out something horrific. Like, get some juice. Like, I'm just saying, I'd like to get some juice. All I said was, get some juice. Alright, adding in all these fun little bolts, and again, having them be closer as we get to the edge. Oh, Chili Chopper says, get some juice. Gas some juice. Gas the juice. How close do I have to get before it'll, pick it up? Get a fun little steel cap, because why not? Alright, there's our beam. And, so this is, very important for the actual fight the player's gonna have. We need another thing around here. Another brace. And then we're gonna have a bunch of spokes coming off. Kind of like the, if you ever seen those ye olden sailboats? How they've got that big wheel around the main mast. I don't like this game anymore. I have to work too hard. Wait, what game? Game? This isn't a game. This is serious. This is life or death. So there's those, yeah. I kind of want one of those for the lighthouse wheel, because, as I was saying before, the goblins hate light. So I want to have a mechanic, if the players can figure it out, which, I don't know. Most players just like to smack things with their sword. Not big on thinking things through. Which is okay. You know, everyone's into TTRPGs for different reasons. But if they do decide they want to play it tactical, there'll be an option for them to rotate the lantern to redirect it around the map. Like, you know, do a strength check. Rotate the thing and, you know, blind the goblins. And make them hiss and squeal. And burn. Ooh, burn! Yes, burn! That's what it'll do. It'll cast burn on them. Chili Chumps. Oh, hang on. And not just like a regular burn. I'll try and like code it so it's like a radiation burn. Like, you know, they sizzle and fester and smoke, but in like a radiation burn kind of way. Like their skin starts sloughing off. Okay, so there's that. Now we need to add the spokes. So on here. Actually, no, not there. I think I want to have 4 spokes in total. So, one coming out here. Another one coming out along here. So the idea is it'd take 4 or 5 people to rotate this thing. And I guess when the thing was operational, they would have had crews working around the clock at night to spin the wheel. Sorry, spin the lantern. But now there's no one to operate it, it's just kind of like sitting idle. Alright. Hal's got a little hat. Freddy! Hello! We were just talking about people getting radiation burns and all their skin falling off. Doesn't that sound like fun? We have a fun time here. What else were we talking about? Oh, also, Freddy, what's your opinion on wearing socks to bed? Also, congratulations on finally catching me for a raid. I know you've been trying very hard. Infinitus, welcome! What sounds fun? The radiation poisoning, making all your skin fall off, or wearing socks to bed? I don't know, it's honestly, could go either ways. No socks unless thigh highs. Oh yes! I still don't have myself a pair of programmer socks. I gotta remember to get me some of those. Maybe that's why I'm a terrible programmer. I just don't have the socks for it. I just lack the equipment. Freddy says socks to bed is madness. So if you had to choose between radiation poisoning making your skin fall off and wearing socks to bed, which would you pick? I know it's a hard choice, but we're asking the real questions here. The real hard questions. Infinitus says, whoa! Hi, Infinitus. Anyway, how'd the stream go? I was there for a wee bit of it. Before I had to, unfortunately, skedaddle to do my civic duty. Freddy says, if the socks save me, I guess I'll get some thigh highs. Okay. Honestly, thigh high sounds pretty good. Like I said, I'm not kidding about getting myself some thigh highs. I need some thigh highs. I look pretty good thigh highs. I mean, I already know I look good in a maid's outfit and apron. That's already been established. Okay, so it's a tiny feature, but it's kind of the fixture of the whole not the whole campaign, but the whole session. This lighthouse cap is kind of the centerpiece for everything. So it's in the middle. It's got this beam, and the beam's coming out of it, but you know, visually speaking, the beam's tracking the eyes to the, like, catching the eyes. Like, if you just scan the page, your eye's gonna hit this beam, and they're gonna follow it up to the top lighthouse. So this thing here needs to be good. Needs to be, you know, because it's kind of like the hero prop of the whole map. And also to give players a hint that this is important for the final fight, because otherwise, again, they're just gonna try and hit the boss with their swords, and they're gonna have a bad time, because it's gonna be balanced, assuming that they're gonna figure this out. And be able to use that to give the boss radiation burns. He says, hi, Chaos! Because it says, hi again, Freddy! I was there for a bit, and then I had to leave to go to the store. Oh yes, was Freddy one of the 6 streams you were watching at once? Oh, also, Freddy. So, if you want the chat party thing, it's actually very simple. So, that link I sent you, you just take it and you plug it into a browser source. So this is my chat party. You just go plus browser, and then you just put the link in the URL and you scale it up. If you want the scrungles to be bigger, you set this number to be lower and then scale it up to fit. But yeah. Oh, I'm thinking of adding some, also adding some custom CSS. Actually, hang on. Hang on. I just thought of something. Okay, okay. We're going for a, Foxy, Fox-branded side tangent. Can I access the scrungles through this CSS? Because if so, I can scale scrungles up here. Let's see. So, style.css. I do apologize. I have a problem. Join emoji. Oh, hang on. Oh, this is what that bug is. Width, height. Okay, I gotta fix this up. But join. Okay, join emoji. So emoji. So if we take this and then go here, join emoji. Open bracket. And then add. It's going to copy and paste it from the existing CSS. Width and height. So that's the standard. If we set this to 128, just double them. 8. And then hit OK. Does that make the scrungles bigger? Oh, it's going to refresh and they're all going to drop in. But assuming I've done that right. It does make them bigger! Oh, that's genius! Oh! Okay. Wait, no, they're dropped down now. Okay, so that's not working. It was worth a try. But anyway, if you wanna add this, that's how you do it. I think I got sidetracked. I hope that answered your question. I gotta set this back. Because, yeah, they're not scaling from the center. So, let's just delete that. Okay. Okay, so big apologies, I missed a couple of chats. Sketsu says, Freddy was in fact the one I was watching on the TV, since he has subtitles. Ah! I see, I see. Anyway, welcome back everyone, dropping in. Also, for the folks who just have the basic yellow scrungles, you can exclamation mark purple to change your color. And if you... Wait, hang on. Oh, everyone's dropping in as yellow. Oh, it seems like I've broken the code at some point. Oh well. Freddy says, I have the scrungles in my stream. Oh, yes! Wonderful! It is still in active development, and I'm going to be adding more scrungles on. I'm going to be finishing up the ice scrungle. So, this is the one I'm currently working on. Dodger... Blue. Chartery. It's only going to be the default, the 15 default Twitch colors we're working on. But yeah, I'm working on the little ice guy at the moment. So that'll be the next one done. We just did the, we did Fi's scrungle, but Fi hasn't been showing up to stream, so we can't show you. But yeah, we did Fi's scrungle last stream, and we made the purple guy. Wait, we finished the purple guy before that, and we started the blue Dodger last stream. Yellow, green? Okay, so the only ones we have done right now for the base colors are purple, and we've started Dodger blue. We do a poll every stream when we're ready to do another one. So if you come along on Thursday and you vote for yellow green, we'll make it happen. So yeah, we do two polls. We vote for a color, and then we vote for the theme of that color. The color for the first one was purple, and the theme was void. And the color for the most recent one was Dodger blue, and the theme that won out was ice. Or cold. Or something like that. I don't remember. Okay. Let's add some color. Lighthouse... Oh, sorry. No, lantern. Lantern... Color. And I'm spelling color with a U. Mostly out of spite. Infinitus says, I see! I thought it just changed color. Ah, yes, it does. Well, it did. So there is a baseline code that should be doing that. It seems like I broke it at some point. Actually, if you exclamation mark leave, so if you do this, it's not typing. Why is it not typing? If you do this, and then type again, and drop yourself back in, it should work. I think it only bugs out and sets everyone as yellow if they drop in before it's completely loaded, which happens sometimes when I restart it. And I want to do purple. Mine is currently broken. Are you? Oh, there you are. Yeah, you're green. Yeah, Infinitus, look, you're green. It does work. So it's only broken when you drop in, when it pulls you in before it's. Well, I've been meaning to fix this bug for a while. I keep forgetting. I gotta set up like a bug list at some point. But I know how to fix this. I just keep forgetting to fix it. But yeah, it's a known problem. It's a really easy fix. I'm just dumb. Is it persistent? Yeah. It takes the color of your name. Wait, what do you mean? Is it persistent? Like right now, it's taking whatever color. So it plugs into the Twitch API, asks it what the hex code for your name is, and then it tries its best to adjust for that. You got too many other fun things to do than fix bugs. Don't, Freddy, you're speaking my language and I don't like it. Stop it. Stop making sense. I hate it. Let's see. Don't want that. Where is? There it is. Okay, that's what we want. So it's currently at 35. Remember that number, folks. 35. Okay. I just hit R. Right. 35. There it is. And set that to 35. Okay, cool. And now, we can paint in the color of the lighthouse. There it is, to match. Oh. Oh no. Chaos is stuck for 2 minutes. Bezos. Well, George Bezos needs his third yacht. If he doesn't have at least 3 yachts, all the other billionaires will laugh at him. So, Freddy, are you still here, buddy? No. Oh wait, no, Freddy be in ad space too. Okay, we gotta wait for Fred to get back. I got something very important to discuss with them. Bezos. Bees. Alien Bezos. Okay, cool. So now we need a metal color. Need a very gunmetal gray, and then we're gonna paint the rust over the top of this. But yeah, once we've got all this in, we're gonna paint a rust layer over. That. Ad break. Ah, welcome back, everyone. So, Freddy, are you still there? Oh, wrong layer. Sorry, not wrong layer. Wrong part. Oh shoot, I've got to draw the wood in that side too. Finally back from ads. Welcome back. Oh, so Freddy, I made a startling discovery. Have you ever played and/or know anything about Diablo 2? I know it's a bit of an odd segue, but it's important. Otherwise, I'll just have to wait until the shark gets here. I played it when it was around the first time. Okay, so did I. Thing is, I watched Electroshock playing it last night for a bit, and you know, it triggered a lot of memories. And I was thinking back to when I played it when I was a little kid, like when I first experienced the joys of Diablo 2, and I realized that when I played it the first time round, I played as a druid. My favorite class was the druid. And I used to spec into werewolf. I like put all my points into improving my werewolf skin. And I've kind of been thinking, shit, maybe I was a furry all along. It's been it's been a bit troubling, not gonna lie. I'm having a bit of a crisis. And thing is, if you look at the werewolf, it's got white fur, and it has a very similar head to all the emojis that I've been making. It's really freaking me out. And worst of all, it looks a lot like a VR chat. My next VR chat was gonna be VR chat model was gonna be. I was gonna make like a very monstrous bestial sleepy werefox. Chaos says, "Oh yeah, I have a friend whose name was a Wolfie Gamer XD. He's not a furry." Oh, he's quote unquote not a furry. Freddy says, "Hey, I think back to Disney's Robin Hood. Oh dear. And I only got into the fandom 2 years ago. Oh, okay. Happy lurking. I think we turned Scuzzy off. Scuzzy's gotta go and hide until the furries have finished being degenerates. Alright, cool. And with this beam, and the skeletons being semi-transparent, means this guy's gonna look like he's just kind of like getting laser beamed through him, which is fun. I will erase this just a little, because we do want to be doing a little bit of work. But yeah. Alright, so now we can semi-transparentalize this. Blend it in a little. Alright, cool. Now we need to add some textures to it, because it's very flat right now. Also, I want to consider moving it to the left a little, because I don't feel like it's quite in the right spot. That was a mistake. Okay, yeah, it's fine where it is. Okay, so, texturing. Let's see, we'll add a new layer for this. We got a couple of texturing bits to do. One, we need to rust up the metal. That should be fairly simple. It's just a red with a grunge brush. Find a good brush. That'll probably do. Scale you down. Start some grunging down here. Nah, this needs to be much darker red. Much darker red. Much darker red. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. Oh, Freddy shout out. How does it know? Anyway, adding some rust around the edges of all these bandings. Because it's right next to the sea, so of course this would be rusty as hell. Freddy Shoutout says, Freddy is a miniature painter, rock climber, and all-around really cool dude. They stream a lot of miniature painting, and boy are they good at it. So if you want to learn more about miniature painting, or learn some highly transferable techniques for texturing in 3D, or digital media painting, give them a follow. I like your music today. It is the Diablo 2 soundtrack, with some rain in the background. So, very fitting. Fitting on so many levels. But do you remember what class you used to play as in, Diablo? Infinitus says, gonna get going, take care all. Bye Infinitus, thank you so much for hanging out. And good luck. Taishik says, see ya Infinitus. Chaos says, bye Infinitus. But yeah, I was considering grabbing a copy of Diablo to play with Azure, but it's like $60. It's insane. Okay, so now we need to add some fuzz for the wood. Now we're just gonna make this black and just kind of work in various places. Particularly along the seams. I think that's where most of the gunk could deal. Infinite says, oh my god, y'all so sweet. Crying emoji. No, actually, we have an emoji for that. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. Infinitus, hold. Freeze. Stop. You have violated the law. There it is. Boom. Okay, now you can go. Freddy says, I think I played the Magician. Oh, the Sorcerer. Yeah. Just blowing things up is the most of what I remember. Yeah, good times. Or the Sorceress. I'm pretty sure it was a female? It was a Sorcerer in Diablo 1. Alright, cool. And we'll definitely add some mold around where it meets metal. I'm glad that Infinitus appreciates that. Alright, cool. Some around here. This. Smoke stuff a little. Okay, that's looking better already. One other thing I want to add is some grain. I'm gonna go back to our ink brush. Ink brush? Let's add some very fine, sort of wavy grain textures on this. If you've seen the wood panels in any of the other maps. This is kind of like a very toned down version of that. I'm not going nearly as overboard as I did with those. Those are like 3 layers. But we're just doing a little bit of rain just to break these up a little. There we go. Alright. Barely noticeable, but you know what? I know they're there. A couple of cracks in the... circles here and there. Cracks and... Alright, it looks kind of like copper though. So I think I'm gonna add a filter layer to this. Make it an adjust, saturation. I added a filter. That's no, hang on. Wait. We want to filter mask, I think. Wait, filter. Yeah, I want filter. Yeah, we want to filter mask. There we go. Now we'll set your down. Okay. Alright, cool. Now we just need to add the rain fuzz to the outside of this, and I think we're good. Where's our rain fuzz layer? Highlights, light beam, lightning, front mist. Oh, here we go. Rain, spray. Is this the layer? That is the layer. Okay, cool. I just need to add lines along here. Bit here, little bit there. Lot here. There we go. We have our light beam. I think I'll add the spray to here as well, because as Chili Chompers was saying earlier, it would for sure be catching a lot more of the light in here. Head and buzz through this, like so. Max? Actually, no. Go through. Same with the eraser. That's 13. So, there we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and... So, let's clean up anywhere where it's a bit too much. The lines are a bit too long. Yep, just breaking up all this noise. Then, that's done. And back down, 13%. %'s better. There we go. We have our spotlight lantern thing. I think it might be a bit big though. I think it could probably stand to be scaled down, but it'll do for now. Ooh, I want to make it a bit darker though. There it is. Filter layer. feels a bit too light. So let's darken it down a bit. So she says, very awesome stuff. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. Add a lantern color on top. Get a bit more green. Paint in lantern. Yeah. And we want this to be a solid green color. Make it even brighter. And I don't wanna blur it at the edges, because it's supposed to be like a solid, hard beam. Very unnatural. A little transparent, so it's not ridiculous. But yeah. It's our beam. I think I think the lantern's blending in a bit too much. Let's see that. Color? Oh, I think dark is nice. Let's get a bit more vibrant. Okay. Alright, yeah, so there's our... It's now an actual lighthouse. It's not just a tower. Big stretch. Oh. Alright, cool. So, what do we have left to do? We've got... Okay, so we've got actually quite a few things to do. Bring back our sketch layer. Why are you so... Oh, there we go. Ray says, looks good! Your lore is always so consistent, it's in its theme. Ah! I'm glad you appreciate it. I do have a whole story to tell. That's what I love about these. Like the maps have a story to tell. I really want to redesign. So the current town is... So this is going to be my next project after I finish this one. The current town is... It's got the Lower Berg down here. There's a cliff here. It's got the manor up here. It's got a tower here. Got a little gatehouse here. Staircase that runs down here. Got various buildings doing, you know, building things. Tavern, stuff like that. Problem is, I found that the Lower Berg, I didn't have nearly enough space to put in everything I wanted. Like, it's got a tavern. It's got a smithy. Got a general store. And it's got the asylum. But I really wanted to have an apothecary in there as well. But I just didn't have any time. I wanted an apothecary and maybe a couple of towers. Like watchtowers. So yeah, what I want to do is instead... And the other thing is, for the keep, I didn't have nearly enough room to do everything I wanted as well. Like, I wanted the keep, the main manor building, to be 2 levels. But didn't have enough room. So, what I want to do is I want to split this into 2 parts. We're going to have the Lower Berg here. And that's going to have all that stuff, plus the apothecary, plus extra things. And then I want the keep. So this is the hub town. This is where the players live and do all this stuff and get all their quests. And then I want the keep to be a separate map. Because going up to the keep from the lower town should be a journey in and of itself. I feel like thematically these 2 things should be separate. And that way I can do a similar thing to what I'm doing with the lighthouse. And have a separate second layer off map. So this will be the the base, there'll be a courtyard here with trees and stuff. Trees and statues and whatever, and then there'll be the second layer on top of it. So if you go up a staircase in the foyer, that'll lead to staircase up the top, and have like a cool two level system. But yeah, that's I'm already planning the next map, which is a redo of an old map. But also means I can have two DM screens. So the DM screen for the lower berg will have the mana in the background. So you'll have a view of, like, from the town center, and you'll have the mana looming over it in the background. And then in the mana's DM screen will be probably the reverse. It'll be looking from the balcony down into the town. Just to keep the two connected. Because they are, you know, right next to each other, despite being two different maps. So you'll spend one session in the town, and then the next session will be, you know, doing RP stuff, and the next session will be in the manor, doing a lot of engaging with the NPCs in there, and they'll have two separate lots of NPCs. Anywho, what was I doing? All right, I was talking about what we got to do. So we've got to do the forest. Here, we've got to finish these cliffs. This is going to be a big job. Also got to finish all these cliffs, because I only just started these. We've got to do all the waves. I want to add a whole bunch of these waves, some big, some small. Kind of coming in, doing that thing. Good surf. This actually looks a lot like a place where I used to go surfing a lot during my younger years. And even bigger waves out here. Surf's up, boys! Waves in the distance. So yeah, gotta do that. We've gotta add in the lightning, like Scuzzy suggested. And more thunderbolts in the background. Kinda down from the horizon, just to make it look extra dramatic. And maybe another one even closer. Maybe one like way up here. Nah, I think it's more fun if they're in the back. And then I think we're done. That's, I mean, I say that like it's an easy thing, but man, that's a lot of work. How long have we been streaming for today? I was really hoping to do a collab with, Electroshock tonight, but I think they've gone to take a sleep. Oh, live! I know I'm live. Certainly hope I'm live. Ah, we've been up for 2 hours. Yeah, only a little left to do. Thanks. I'm glad you think so. Yeah. Been up for 2 hours. I think I've got another hour in me. So, what do we do next? Do we do the lightning? Do we do the waves? Do we do the cliffs? Can't do the forest until we've done the cliffs, so that's out. Let's see. I think probably want to work on the cliffs. Yeah, we're not going to be able to finish the waves until we've got the cliffs. And probably don't want to do the lightning until I've done the waves. So yeah, I think it's going to have to be cliffs, and then either waves or trees. So yeah, let's get to it. Now, how am I going to do this? I've started sketching in like all the cracks and creases in the rocks here. They look very cartoonish right now, but that's because we haven't blended them in. I got some brushes that I'll use for that. It's like that. Front mist. Nah, it's just like the mist in front. Liner. There we go. Like we want. Got our brush. Start by thinning out this a little. These were just like initial sketches, so we can push those back a bit. Especially for the outline, it doesn't need to be nearly that aggressive. Alright. Better? I quite like a lot of these creases in here. Definitely want to do more of this. Oh, these look so good once we've got the rain splatter in. Oh, it's gonna look so wet. It's so cold. So keen. Okay. Better already. Nice and sharp. Getting rid of all this ugly blur around the edges. And all this can stay for now. We'll figure that out later. Okay, so. Probably define where the grass is on this. I'm thinking having like a harsh slope here, like a little bit of a cliff here, and then a harsh slope coming down to here, and then an easier like plateau here. Let's get rid of these trees. These. Get a tree layer somewhere. Mist. Orange, grass, banner. Oh, it's just in there. Alright, that works, I guess. Blend in? Yeah, you blend in. Okay, cool. So, we'll paint in the cliffs. Start with. Or finish painting in the cliffs. Oh, actually, hang on, we've got some more line art to do. Yeah. We'll line art first. So learn lights, line art. There we go. So keep that color preset. Black here. Now then. Let's see. Got sort of here. Gonna have just kind of become a bit of a cliff here. With it sloping down at the top. So it's kind of like a crest. So hey, bring that down. This will be the top of just here. And then you kind of come and do your thing until you blend in that. So let's bring this whole slope back over here a bit. So you're green all along here. Until you come to about here. Hang on. There's this sort of crest along here. Wait, no. Come down to here and then you arc around. And then this overlook thing here. But it's going to be a sort of... I don't know what this is called, but it's like a kind of cliff face along here. But it's hard. Wait, it's a shallow drop along here. And then it's... You know, this is weirdly making me want to play Brutal Legend. Brutal Legend has a lot of epic landscapes. Oh, Freddy, if you've never played Brutal Legend, you should definitely play Brutal Legend. I feel like it's definitely the kind of game for you. Jack Black stars in it. Like, the main character's Jack Black, which is kind of awesome. Freddy says, I love that game. Oh, of course you did. I've got it on Steam. It plays really well on PC. Like, they did a good job. The car... Oh, did I show you the car driving? Oh, okay. Wait, before I do, have I shown you the car game I made? Well, it's not even really a game, it's just a prototype. Yeah, before I run off, should probably check to make sure, I don't think so. Oh, okay, well, we're definitely running off then. I am gonna have to close this down, because my poor darling computer can't handle this, plus streaming, plus Godot at the same time. But yeah, I was playing Brutal Legend recently, and I was thinking, how freaking awesome would it be? Here we go, Project Open Roadie. So the game was originally called, when it was in development, before they had a title, before they had Brutal Legend title, was called Project Roadie. So I was thinking, since Double Fine has zero interest in ever making a sequel, what if we made like an open source sort of project game and just develop it? So I set myself the challenge of how much of the driving mechanics could I get in one night. And I got like 90% of this done. It took me one night and then the next morning. But this is what I managed to put together in Godot. This is including the model. I modeled all this, like this thing. It scrolls in. It's got a camera that you can turn around. It's got a boost. It's kind of hard to tell, but if I hold shift, it'll go faster. Bonk. And I think I got it stuck. Yeah, I got it stuck. But yeah, that's Project Open Roadie. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know I could just run it straight from here. That's awesome. Oh, thank you, but you should be more impressed with Godot. Godot is a fantastic engine. Just absolutely phenomenal. Oh, I also think I did a handbrake? Oh, yeah, I did! So if you boost, and then you handbrake and turn... Oh, wait, no, that's wrong. If you boost... and then turn hard, you can actually do like a hairpin turn. Like, do your back, like, foot pedal brake. And turn, you can actually do a pretty cool sort of hairpin turn, which is good fun. But yeah, this is, this was my dream of making a, an open source community sequel. Like an unofficial sequel, of course, because I obviously do not have any of the rights and never will have any of the rights to Brutal Legend, but I just think it'd be really cool to have like a you know, just have a spiritual successor. Barely shout out. Billy's actually streaming right now. I think they're doing art stuff. Anyway, while we're waiting for the map to load back up. Need for Speed set in the Brutal Legend world. Well, actually, the thing I loved most about Brutal Legend was actually the fighting mechanics were actually, and controversial opinion, which I really don't think should be, it was actually like a pretty cool mashup between like the RTS, like the mob, the mob, I guess you call it mob strategy game. Like you had like a few squads that you could bring along with you and had like basic commands you could give them while you're doing the typical action RPG stuff. And I thought that was really cool. I really, really appreciated the gameplay. But most of all, the best part, well, so many best parts, but one of my favorite parts was the environments. I adored the environments, and the way it meshed with the music. Like, every environmental piece felt like it could be on a metal album cover, which is just ideal for what they were making, especially. And then there was the voice actors, like the fact that they actually got Ozzy Osbourne and Lemmy. I think it was one of Lemmy's last performances. So glad they managed to get him in so that, you know, he could be immortalized in game form, because he did a really good job with his character. And they didn't half-ass it either. Like Lemmy and Ozzy, they both like really worked. They all put in the work. Like it wasn't just a cameo. They were actual like characters. Freddy says, "Yep, absolutely. The world has the." Oh, the world was the best thing about the game. Yes, the world and the environments and the voice acting, and I'm going to be installing that as soon as we're done streaming tonight. 100%. Okay, and then this is like right up close to the camera. So this is kind of like where, well, yeah, the camera is on another bluff that is looking over to this. Like, this is the next bluff over. And it all fits so seamlessly well together. Like everything from like the driving to the buildings, the architecture, the unit design, everything was just seamless. But I think that's what you get when you're like if you go around and collect all the things and you can see the concept art that they did. It seems like they really put in the work within the concept arting phase to get everything fitting together. And it worked. It worked so well. Okay, and again, so we got our DM screen holes here. So this part of the screen is going to be folded slightly away from the player. So unless you're sitting on this side, So if you're sitting across the table, you're going to be seeing this bit here, and then these two bits are going to be folded slightly away from you. But if you're sitting... So hang on, let's just sketch up the table. So if you're sitting... So this is the table. This is the DM screen. If you're sitting here, you're not going to be able to see this part of the DM screen. And vice versa. If you're sitting here, you're not going to be able to see this part. So this person's view is just going to be this. This person's view is just going to be... Wait, this person's view is going to be this. Which is why all the information is here, and either side is just fluff. And I've got to remember that. Take that into account for all the other DM screens. I don't think I'll have any problem forgetting it. But Ike, welcome! We were just talking about Brutal Legend. And then if you're sitting here or here, and generally speaking, 5 players in this arrangement is the typical layout for a TTRPG game. About what? Brutal Legend! It's a game! A really cool game. A bit of an old game, but if you're looking for something to play, Brutal Legend is a really good time. It goes on sale occasionally, because Double Fine's still out and about doing that thing. Take a look. Steam Brutal Legend. Oh, it's currently 80. Freddy! It's currently 80% off. What are the odds? So, yeah, this is a link. Currently 80% off on Steam. If what we've been talking about interests you at all, give it a go. It's $4. Heck, if I didn't already own it, I have friends that I could probably gift this to. $4. That's really cheap. Freddy! If you don't already have it on Steam, like if you haven't played it since you played it back then, just saying. Anyway, Ike, how you doing, buddy? Oh, wow. Yo, wow. Wow. What's up? Oh, Ike says, doing great, thank you. Studying for my C exam. Ooh. What is C exam? Thinking I might draw, like, a cliff here. So the viewers... actually, no. No. I like the idea of just being a sheer cliff here and nothing in between. Because then if you're seeing it from this angle, it just looks straight down. Because that's kind of the point of this. Like, the map here. I feel like the first thing the player's going to do is be like, oh, hey, can I maybe jump down here? That'd be fun. Let's jump into the water. It'll be great. Because you can't, like, I've done my best to try and illustrate that it's a sheer cliff. Like, it's a drop straight down. I've got to add some more mist and stuff down the bottom here. Just to make it, like, bleedingly obvious. That's a long-ass way down. But... yeah, I want this to kind of illustrate that it's a brutal, sheer drop. There's nothing... You're not playing down here. This is the point. Oh, thanks for the ban, Chaos. Good job. I'm gonna... back. Still here, just, function. Butter. Much better. So Chaos, you're playing some Stardew Valley? How's it go? Oh, actually, I was looking into Stardew Valley mods the other day. There's a pretty cool Chocobo mod that I very much want to give a go. This spotlight needs work. This spotlight actually needs a bit of work. So let's get rid of that outline. And now let's add a filter layer to it. Not a filter layer, a filter mask. And give it a Gaussian blur. Blur, blur, blur. There it is. Blur. Gaussian blur. And this isn't going to be nearly as... Wait, that's a lens blur? What's a lens blur do? Hale says alone is not that fun. Well, we've got the, we've got Minecraft on Sunday. And then the Sunday after that, we're going to be doing, Terraria. Although I'd much rather be doing Starbound. We'll do Terraria and then we'll do Starbound. More similar. Ramp it up a bit. Okay, cool. And I kind of want the Gaussian blur of the spotlight to go further out than the... Actually, let's turn off both of these Gaussian blurs for a second. And then we'll just match up. That was wrong there. You. There we go, and then we'll just match up these two vectors. Right now you're not playing well at all. There we go. Wait, almost. Come on. Is that right? That is right. Yes. Okay, cool. Now we can switch back on that and that. Okay, that's much nicer. Let's go back to our line art. Is this the right line art? That is the right line art. I want to get rid of this cliff here. It's just a clear view of where the lighthouse beam is pointing into the bay. It would be nice to have, like, maybe some steam. Oh, we should have, like, a whole heap of steam around here. But yeah, I feel like something like Stardew Valley would be a lot more fun with friends. The reason I haven't booted up since then. The reason I don't really play Minecraft much. Because I started playing it and I'm just like, oh, I miss Turtle. and Chaos, of course. Yeah, it really is so much more fun with friends. Let's turn back on the cliffs. Is that it? back out. I'm not sure if I like this skin here. I might get rid of that. It's a bit distracting. Because the focus should be... Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that skin. Again. Oh, Freddy says, it was good to catch you. I'm gonna go make some food, but I'll be lurking around. Thank you! And enjoy your foods! Cal says, this Sunday on Minecraft. Oh, Ragabat, welcome! Look, I've been doing stuff! There we go. Sorry, this Sunday on Minecraft, I'll be split on spending the time with you. Gray. Oh, right, Gray's joined too. I forgot about that. And with helping the others get more max gear. Ah, okay. I would definitely appreciate the help finding some coral, because I really need some sea cucumbers. Yes, welcome, Ragabat. How you doing? So glad you made it. Let's find out Nasty's layer. Oh, we gotta be close. Wait, it's gotta be above the lighthouse stuff. Low lights, here it is. Line up. Yeah. So I'm just gonna cut you. I'm gonna go to this layer, Control X, Control V. This layer, Control X, Control. And then I'm gonna hide those two layers. Oh, that one. That one. Oh, we got another layer? Hi, we got quite a few layers. Kev says, I have this Sunday planned out for me already. Ragabat says, crunchy earlier? Gee. Ragabat, what are you talking about? Why are you crunching? Can I crunch too? Okay, cool. So that's that. Gotta get rid of this rain. Here we go. Spray. Trace out all of this. That's much better. Yeah, so the goblins have kind of moved in, but they're not really dominating the scene. The main point of the scene is that the goblins are just here, but they're not really here to stay. Ragabat says, I love crunchy. I bet you do. We all love the crunchy. Although, hang on. What I could do with these two is move them down to here. Cut these two layers. And... Wait, hang on, no. We're in the right spot. Yeah, you just pacified, so... Z. Oh, you're not a pacified. Oh, wait, you are. Yeah. Wait, you are on the wrong layer. Ew. But yeah, what's quenching you? New. You. Ray, grunge, banner. Yeah, so that's there. I paste you lot here. Oh, okay, so now it's behaving. Alright, that's cool. Maybe pop it over here? Maybe mirror it? Oh, also, if Mew was available, maybe inform them that Brutal Legend is once again 80% off. I know they already have it, but... Vertical... Oh, no. Transform frontal. There we go. Like you aren't in the right position. But yeah, if you know anyone else who... Or if they know anyone else who might want to, buy and play... Jalapeno! Nice. Jalapeno? Jalapeno! Jalapeno? It's pronounced jalapeno. Jalapeno! Oh, they just advertised oh, you're in ads. I see. I need... No, you don't. Yeah, that's much nicer. I much prefer this, little flag down here. And, we'll also add some of these skins to the top here. They'll be kind of fluttering around, just tie those two things together. And also the spikes, and also we'll add the, lead man to here. Again, just to tie these two in together. How are we doing? Okay, still got half an hour. Excellent. Plenty of time to continue with these cliffs. Ad breaks in, it ends in 42 seconds. I miss you guys so much. Alright, let's continue on with the line art for our cliffs. Yep, this is the right layer. So, this down here, like so. Chaos, welcome back! That was a long one. They didn't want to give you back. How was it? Did you get any interesting ads? Actually, I probably shouldn't be asking about what ads you got. That's just playing into their hands. Never mind. The sooner you can forget the experience, the better. I don't want to support corporatism. Just purge it from your mind. There's no need to recall. Nothing ever happened. There were no ads. Unless you want to talk about the ads, so I'm not going to stop you. Yesterday I got like no ads. Today I got 2 minutes of ads twice. Maybe they decided that you're worth selling to after all. Okay, I've got to be very careful not to draw anything that might look like a cave. Because if I draw anything that even looks remotely like something that the players can explore, they're going to be like, oh, I want to roll to investigate. And when I tell them, no, you didn't see anything, they're just going to assume that they didn't roll high enough and be like, oh, okay, I'm going to try this other thing. And then we'll spend half the game just with them looking for a cave that doesn't exist. I'm not bitter. I'm just spin facts. It's how they do. If you ever want to be a DM, Chaos, you gotta know these things. Players are addicted to rabbit holes. And they don't know the meaning of sunk cost fallacy. Like, literally, they don't. I've tried explaining it to them multiple times. They just completely unable to... The thing is, if I haven't drawn any, like... I mean, I guess I could just say, okay, yeah, you go into the cave. I don't have anything prepared, so I'll see you next week. And then we'll have a session. Because I do actually want to have a session that's in a cave. This is nice. I like this idea. I do want to have a session that's in a cave on the cove. But that's much later on. Alright, I was avoiding it, but I'm gonna do this anyway. Just have this kind of like behind here. Someone's gonna be like, "Oh, is that a cave?" I'm just gonna... Not a cave. And then they're gonna jump down, and then they're gonna be sad, and they're gonna be mad at me that there's no cave. It's not always a cave. Not every waterfall has a cave behind it. Settle down. Kale says, I'm the kind of person to over-prepare and make a bunch of side quests so that function to a bunch of caves that are optional to be explored. Yeah, well, I did that for the last game. I don't know if I've told you about the story. There was a big cave. Actually, Rangabat was there for that. There was a big old cave that was meant to be like a potential side thing, and they actually did find it, and they went on this whole side adventure and got themselves a pet bat. It was great. But I also don't want the whole game to be side quests, because that really constrains my ability to make a proper narrative and story. Like, at a certain point, I just gotta be like, hey, come on. We got a story. It'll be fun. Trust me, it'll be fun. Like, I'm sure what you guys have planned is gonna be hilarious, but I did make this whole thing. Please. Just get in the hole. Just get in the hole, please. There's nice things down there, I promise. See? Shiny. No. Put down the telekinesis spell. No. Ah, oh, damn it. Okay, they just... It is fun when they come up with unique solutions to problems, though. Rissy's the best for that. Like, Rissy is an absolute legend when it comes to coming up with like, I remember there was a giant sludge monster. And I think Rissy mind controlled another mob in the room and got it to throw a third mob at the sludge monster, and then cause them to all start infighting. Because he didn't have... I don't think he had enough, like, stats to mind control, like, the sludge monster itself. So he just kind of, like, yeah, got them to fight amongst each other. It was great. I can't remember what other things. Like, they did some really cool shenanigans with their potions. They were playing as a potion master. I'm kind of sad they didn't play as a potion master again, because they were so good at that. But they wanted to be a furry. Which is why I want to, like, split the race from the class the next game. So if you want to be a furry alchemist, you absolutely can be. I don't like that in Mork Borg, your character's appearance, really, is tied to your class. Yeah. Not a fan. Okay, that's pretty good. Let us see. I'll add another little ledge along here. It's going to be a very thin one. And it's gonna have some more grass and moss and stuff. And it's gonna end about there. Gonna have another one of those sort of that on here. This one there. I want to have here. That looks pretty good. Yes, I'm very happy with that. Alright, excellent. I think we could start coloring this in now. Or at least putting in the base colors. So let's find out, yeah, we go color. Turn off that. Stains layer, no we don't want that. Lights, shadow, moss. Oh. Else? What is the base color? Orange? The heck? There's like something going on here. I don't know where that color's coming from. Hang on, hang on. Hang on. Oh, you're painted into the base of that. That's what's going on. Okay, okay, okay. We're good. So I think I'll just grab that, I guess? I paint it, no, that's alright. Dang it. Why can't I color pick you? Chaos says, also, I was playing Celeste music today on my stream, and oh, is that what that was? And just looked it up, and Celeste is 75% off. Oh, wow, a bunch of things are on cheap now. You know what? I'm just gonna copy this layer, then add it into a new file, and then use color picker from here. Can I do that? That'd be okay? Oh, now you're gonna spend an eternity updating. I should probably save this too. Yeah, let's do a quick save before crash out. That does work. Excellent. Okay, cool. And while we have this open, I'm gonna X and grab this. Close you off. And nope. And then we've got to wait again for it to load up. Come on. How are you doing now, by the way, Chaos? You said you were pretty exhausted at the end of your stream. Feeling any better, buddy? Chaos says, doing well enough. Well, that's good. Sometimes well enough's the best you can hope for. Sometimes well enough is good enough. Chaos says, I just gotta find how to download music from YouTube, because I want to see Celeste OT. Oh, so, I use, YouTube Downloader on... I probably shouldn't... Actually, no, this is Twitch. Twitch doesn't give a fuck what happens to YouTube. 4K Video Downloader is what I used to use when I was on Windows, and it works pretty well. Now I'm on Linux, I use It's just the Linux downloader. I think you can get it in the software package manager. It's yeah, it's a pretty good time. Definitely recommend. It's how I get most of my soundtracks for when I go to the gym or hiking or whatever. Alright, we'll blend this in with the water later. Or like a full water pass at some point. And that'll be a future. I also place Sky. Oh, okay. Sky. Be following on Sky. Oh hey! There's pictures of Freddy's new fursuit. My partial suit from Slovenia Handmade turned up today, and I'm pretty happy. Oh, so happy with it. It does look pretty good. Oh, I just made my account. Let me share it. Oh, okay. I know I said I'd play Brutal Legend after stream, but I'm thinking I'll probably just work on that rule set. I'm very eager to get that finished. Or just get it, like, to a stage that next week we can, do the graphic design for it together on stream. I'm very excited to show off this rule set. I've been working on it for, like, a year? Just refining all the details. I'm very, very happy with how it works. Cav says, I have to work on it a bit. Oh, yeah. So it's always... Oh, what the heck? I don't know why you're opening over there. Okay. That's cool. Oh, you've opened... Okay, OBS has opened it. Let me... Okay, that was interesting. Let me just grab that link. I didn't know that OBS had a browser. Well, I mean, I guess it... Of course it does. I shouldn't be surprised. It has the browser source, so of course it's got a browser built into it. Follow! Ah! First post sketch I made in my stream. Oh, you got a time lapse. Well done. Very nice. But yes, it is an eternal battle working on social medias. It'll never be enough. Chaos says, gonna add some music to it on the background and post it on YouTube as a short. Ah, okay. Yeah, the Celeste developers are pretty chill, so I don't think I very much doubt they'd, oops, want a copyright strike or anything. Seems like very much antithetical to their whole being. How is the app called to download? For Windows or Linux? I don't remember which one you're on. I think I remember you saying that you wanted to move to Linux? I don't know if you... else. Linux. So it's just just YT downloader. Yeah, just YT downloader. What I've been using. I've been using Linux for almost a year now. Oh, wonderful! How's it working out for you? Also, how do you play League of Legends on Linux? You have like a dual something? I dual booted. Yes. Okay, cool. I'm a bit suspicious about dual booting mine, mostly because it would literally just be for League, and I don't care about League nearly that much. And also, I'm a bit sussy about it messing up my system. Apparently, sometimes dual booting can get a little dangerous. It's only for League for me too. Yeah, but you like League a lot more than I do. So it's understandable in your case. Now it says, where did the search bar go in Software Manager? What? I mean, it's there for me. My IT. Oh, it just doesn't have one for you? Interesting. Why? That is very confusing. Let's do a Control S. Getting a bit suspicious. Gonna crash out on me. That is very odd. Fuck. Oh, we're at the end already. Hey, let's go. Right. Bugs. Here. Is anything? Oh, okay, so that's the base color's in, the cliff's in. Let's return it back to its grey color. Yeah, I'm going for kind of like I think I've mentioned this before, like a Scottish Highlands kind of thing. Like those really, really wet cliffs that you get in certain parts of northern England. Chaos says, I'll try it again tomorrow. I'm really confused. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was kobolds. Blame the kobolds. Kobolds did it. Kobolds stole my underpants. I mean, search bar. But yeah, that's looking very Scottish Highlands, and what's that? Random ass square? Heck are you? Oh, I guess it was a glitch. It's the graphical error. Yeah, to add rain haze along all these edges will definitely make it pop. I have to come up with like different layers of rain haze, because these rain haze is going to be longer than these ones. So on and so on. But yeah, it's actually coming together. I might render this out and chuck it into Blender in a bit and just see how it looks. I might just have the bandwidth for this. Actually, no. Okay, so yeah, we're thinking of wrapping up anyway. So need us that. So I'm just gonna save this, export it as PNG. Call it lighthouse screen snap. That's my my code name for anything work in progress. Snap. And save. Yep, maximum size. We can zoom down. Open up Blender. And I'm just gonna use my Blender on my hard drive. It's an older version of Blender, but I can't be bothered opening up Steam just for this. Let's see. The lighthouse. There it is. File, import, images plain. I love this feature. It's so handy. Location. Into there. Grab that. Now if we go... You're thinking. Thinking hard. There we go. Now, if we go to the materials, we want to turn this specular of it down to nothing. Actually, no, not nothing. We want a little bit of specular on it. Alright, Control E. Oh, wait, no. Edit. Add it there. We want to add along there. We want to that one. 4K video downloader is for Linux too. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, I just found the downloader online. I'll just download it there. Ah, good idea. Love ages. Alright, so the selection. Get you down like that. Grab you. Get you down like that. Oh, are you double-sided? Let's turn backface calling on. There we go. Rejoin you. Okay. Tab. Oh, I know how we can do this. Grab you. Grab you. Selection. Grab you. Grab. Okay, X-ray mode. Grab you. Grab you. Selection. Oh man, maybe this was the way to do it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do instead is go here, let's select dash. Wait, it wasn't select, was it? I can never remember what the shortcut for this is. What is it? Shift S? Ah, it is Shift S. Okay, so cursor to selected. And we'll grab, go to X-ray. And we'll rotate around cursor. We didn't get both of them. There we go. 5 degrees, I guess? And same thing here, Shift S, cursor to selected, grab you, and you. Same thing, 5 degrees. Snap. Bring you up. Off X-ray. Let's add a table. Man, you really think you just add a cube. That deep, bro. Red. Guys? Yeah, turn off stuff. It's acting very weird. I think it's maybe because Oh, is it because I've got YouTube cover? Pressing. Why are you semi-transparent? That's odd. I need the opaque? There we go, that's better. Oh, you good table. Let's give the table a material. Dark. Brownish. Specular down. Kat says, okay, I got it. Now I just gotta add the music to go out and upload it to YouTube. Yay! No one's got a table that big. Okay, I'm sure some people have tables this big, but not me. Not us. There we go. There. So there's the DM screen. Go file, import images, planes, and bring in our map as well. Yes, cool. Link. This? Yes. Specular again, down to up. And I want to set the individual. Scale this up. And then, yeah, this is what we're going for. Yeah, feels like it's gonna look pretty good from every angle. Still see the lighthouse from here, and you get this cool wraparound effect with the cliffs, and same thing here. It actually looks really cool the way it wraps around a little. Makes it look like it's got some depth. But yeah. Map on the floor. Let's turn the specular down on that even further. Now let's just turn that too. This is getting in the way. But yeah. And then on the backside, BM, it'll have a breakdown of the map, tables and stuff on this side. They can have all their books and dice and shenanigans over here. On Santa. Yeah, pretty happy with how this is looking. I like the color of this table, though. Electro shoutout! Also, I was very deliberate in where the cut's gonna be. It's gonna be a scene down here and here on this side. So there'll be like you'll be able to see the the white of the cardboard beneath these two bits. And then the split on this side will be on here. It's just how it folds. You need a seam in the direction that it's folding away from. But yeah, so you don't get a... Well, let me just bevel this real quick. W bevel edges. Actually, no, can't be bothered. Yeah, happy with how this is looking. I think the top of the lighthouse could definitely use some more work. Bit plain now. Cliff's looking great. Yeah, it's looking suitably dreary. I think the top of it could be darkened a bit. Yeah, got a pretty cool standing. Well, starting. Got the up below. Alright, awesome. Well, I think we can wrap it up. Have viewers? Yeah, I think that's enough for a raid. Let's see. Ike isn't streaming today, so what's Burley up to? Burley is blenderizing. Okay, well, I guess from blender to blender. Urban Shell. VR chat world is... Oh, they're doing world design. I'm very interested in that. Okay, well, / raid Burley Raptor. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for coming along. Very special thanks to Chaos for, oh, and Freddy for the raid. Sashik says, see ya, folks. Yay. Thank you. Chaos says, lovely stream. Oh, thanks. Almost done editing the shot. Wonderful. Editing's a lot of work. But yeah, so tomorrow's going to be Biblical Accurate VTuber. We're going to be back into Blender, finally. We can get started on the fancy new hair. And, yeah. And then the day off will be my day off. Sorry, the day after that will be my day off. I only get one a week. I enjoy it. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for coming along. I had a really good time. We got a lot done. We got... Let's see, we got the cliffs colored in. We got the lighthouse figured out. I don't know what else we did. Just did a lot of yapping, honestly. But yeah, thank you so much for coming, and I will see you next time. Yeah, let's go say hi to Burley.
So. Oh my god. Hold on. Oh, I fucked up the camera. Well, let's get in there then. I'm gonna figure this out, okay? Now, look at that. Hi, welcome. How are you guys doing? Welcome to my stream. I hope you all enjoyed Sleepy's stream. What were you up to today, Sleepy? And how was everyone else doing? Fox raid, yeah. That's a fox. That's a fox. TTRPG